welcome to part 2 of me recreating my old Halloween nail sets. Okay, so last week, let's talk about it. Overall, it was a hit. I was super proud of like my progress with that one. This is what I did last year as my first set for the Halloween season, and you can go and see the results if you want in that video. But for this video, this is what we're doing. Okay, so first of all, I did a pretty good job on this one. Mind you, now let me set the scene real quick. I barely knew what I was doing when it came to detailed nail designs, like I told y'all last week. But we gotta top it. Like, how am I gonna top this? I did pretty good, but some way, somehow, we got to make it happen. I'm excited. This one is a fun one. This is super fun set. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first finger I want to do is the mummy finger. That seems like the easiest thing to start off with. So of course I'm going to be using my gel paints by Madam Glam. I absolutely love working with these gels whenever I'm doing detailed nail art. For the mummy, we're going to start off with the black and white. So first we got to go ahead and do the black base color. So I'm going to take my application brush and just cover the whole entire nail. And since this black is super pigmented, I only have to put one coat. And don't forget the cuticle area. Now I'm going to cure using my Chiarosky UV nail lamp. Yeah, that looks good. And for the white, I'm having a really hard time opening it. So I'm just going to use this white canvas by Chiarosky. And it works because it has a liner brush. So I'm going to top coat it, and let me tell you why. So I saw this video on TikTok. I'll put it up on the screen so y'all can see it. This creator put a top coat on top of black before she actually went in with the white. That way we can put some acrylic on top of the white once we do the little mummy stripe. But I'm gonna show y'all that in a minute. And I'm just gonna take the white and make the little mummy lines. We're gonna mummify this whole entire look. And in my old design, I had eyes. I really want to make sure I leave a good enough space for some eyeballs, at least some small ones. Can't forget this little corner. I'm gonna leave a little space in between. I'm gonna make some thick and some more slender. And the final stretch. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and fill the rest of that in. Now we're done. So I would put a second coat on this, but honestly, seeing the black peek through the white gives it that old tattered up look, and that's what we need because it's a mummy. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Now for the grand finale. Let's go ahead and dump that on there. And of course, I'm making a mess. All right, now let's cure that. All right, now look at that masterpiece. Now we gotta do the eyeballs. And just do like small little red eyes. Boop, boop. I think that'll do. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm a little iffy about these eyeballs, but the damage is done. Let's move on. So the middle finger is the tombstone finger. I want it to be gray, so I'm gonna mix it together. I know the one I did before is a different color, but stay with me here. That looks pretty gray to me. This was such an awkward angle for me to film in, I'm not gonna lie. So it's a little blurry, but all I did was made an upside down U and basically just filled everything in. I wanted to make the tombstone bigger than what it was in the original photo, obviously, because the nail is longer this time than it was last time, so we can fill out a little bit more space. But y'all see we got all of this space above the tombstone still, but we're gonna take care of that a little later. I want a lighter gray, so I want to add a little bit of white to the equation. I think it's best whenever doing nail art to have a reference photo. I had this one and they had a lighter area on top of the tombstone, so that's where this came from. And then I mixed more black with this gray that I have on the tombstone to make a darker gray. And I just really want like a gradient, like you're going from light to dark on the tombstone. So dark at the bottom and of course light at the top. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, so I have a little bit of acetone in my brush and I'm just gonna really just dab. I just want a gradient, so let's see what happens. This really gives a texture more than anything. I think that does the trick a little bit. Now these letters kind of gave me a little run for my money, I'm not gonna lie, and it's because I have to do it in such a small space, so I messed up a whole bunch of times. This was like my third time trying to do it on camera, and I was just like, you know what, it's not even gonna happen. So I ended up doing it off camera, and this is what I came up with. I tried to mimic the picture that I found on Google as much as possible. So in the set that I did last year, you can see there's a ghost flying up from the tombstone onto the other nail. So I'm just gonna do the tail of the ghost coming up from the ground. And then we'll continue it on the other nail. Okay, so now for the grass. So I want two-toned grass. So I have the lighter green right here, and then I just took a little bit of black and mixed it to get the darker green. And when you're doing blades of grass, you can think of them as like little curved triangles. So that's basically what I tried to do. I started off with the darker green in the back, and then I finished it off with the lighter green in the front, just to give it some dimension, I guess, or something. I don't know. But it turned out really, really good. I did some big, some small, and then cured before I went in with the lighter green. And then I'm gonna take the lighter green and just do like little blades in the front. And now we have all of this blank space. Let's fill it in with some ghosts. I'm gonna take a dotting tool, and this is like my biggest one, to kind of make the head of the ghost. And I kind of want to make him kind of peeking out from behind the tombstone. Hopefully we can get it looking like that. Let's give him a little hand coming out on the side like that. And maybe another one, or not. Yeah, maybe another one on this end. Look at the little arms. Now I'm going to take some of the lighter gray and kind of fill in that piece of a gap. Hopefully it fills in. That's as best as it's going to get. We're going to give him little eyes. And then I wanted to put little blush marks just to make the ghost a little bit more detailed. So I just took some pink and really blotted it out with my brush, with a dry brush. And then I still felt like the space above the ghost needed to be filled out just a little bit more. So I made some more ghosts. I wanted to look like it's in the distance, so I made them a little bit smaller. I did the second ghost off camera, and I did all of the outlining off camera. And after I outlined everything, it really came together. And I added some glitter too. And now this is the finished look. So now we got 2 down and 2 more to go. Okay, so now for the ring finger. So as you can see in the picture, the ring finger is all about the ghost. The ghost is coming from the tombstone over to the next finger. So that's kind of what I'm going to duplicate here. So of course, I'm going back in with the white canvas. And I'm just going to set the 2 fingers side by side so I can see where that tail is. That looks pretty good. I feel like this just helps me make like an easy round shape when I do it with the dotting tool. I might want it to be just a little bit bigger than that. And then swoop it around. And then just basically fill the rest in. I like it, but you can't forget about his little arms. Let's just do little arms. And there you go. Real simple. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cure that. I really feel like the key to making something look super detailed is shadows. I'm gonna get some up on this liner brush. And I feel like a shadow should be maybe coming down the side. Okay, this is a dry brush with nothing on it. I really just want to kind of blend it out a little bit more, smudge it in, just so it's not like harsh lines. I want it to look like an actual shadow. Let's get the little arm. I feel like I'm okay with this. I'm gonna go ahead and cure it. Boop and boop. Yeah, look what I found after the fact I already did the ghost. I really like his little angry face. So let's try to recreate that. So we're gonna start with the eyes first. So it kind of comes in at a little angle and swoops down like that. Really just going in slanted with the white to make it look like a little angry face. Okay, now I'm gonna outline it with some black. He looks pretty angry. Ooh. Okay, I scrapped the eyebrows. They were not cutting it for me. It looked like he just got them threaded, so yeah. But I do want to do a little dot. Boop and boop. All right, so I went on and did some grass off camera, just like this finger, so it can kind of continue on, and it looks a lot better. I like it. And I changed the eyes a little bit. I put a white dot instead of a gray dot because I just wanted to match the other ghost. So I'm gonna do the little mouth first. Maybe like that. I don't know, y'all. Let's see how this turns out. So for the tongue, I'm just going to put a dot where I want the tongue to like drop and stop at. And then I'm going to draw it back up into the mouth. Just like that. And then fill in all the rest. Now, I did end up having to do a second coat off camera because I didn't want you to be able to see the black in the mouth through the actual tongue, but here I'm just putting a little shadow. I just did a darker pink and then the glitter. So first I wanted to see if the glitter would rub onto the nail, but of course it didn't. I don't know why I even tried to do that. So as you can see here, I'm just rubbing it all over the nail like it's going to stick, but it didn't end up sticking. So I just put a coat of the top coat, and then I stuck the glitter on top of the wet gel, and then I cured. And then this is the finished look. I feel like this ghost is the star of the show. Like, I'm really proud of how he turned out. So y'all, my thumb is a little bit out of order right now. So I sliced it while I was trying to drill it down, and my drill was going a little bit too fast, and yeah, it was a mess. So it's still a little sore from that, and I haven't finished filing it. So I'm just gonna leave it alone, and we're just gonna finish off with the pinky. So since the pinky design that I did last year is super basic and we have this long nail to cover, I'm gonna do the thumb design on the pinky and then call it a day. One little ghost head here, kind of like peeking out, peeking through. And it's kind of looping around. And then I'm just gonna fill it in. And the same thing up here, but the head is gonna be on the opposite side. Doesn't have to match exactly, but you know, it has to be similar. So I'm not gonna lie, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to turn out. I feel like I should have went a little bit smaller with the ghost head, but all in all, I'm not even mad about it. Okay, so I already put the shading in off camera since I already did that for you guys on camera with the other nail. All right, I'm just gonna do the eyes exactly how I did them right here. And then just whoop, surprise face. So I did want to show you guys a video of me trying to outline the ghost and everything on camera. It's just super hard for me to do that on camera. You can see me like struggling here, but I did want to do it one time. But I just use a detailed liner brush and the black gel paint that I used throughout the whole entire video to go ahead and do that. And I go in very lightly so that the lines aren't thick. And yeah. So this is how the pinky looks all finished with the glitter and everything like that. And then this is the full set all together. I think the thing that makes this whole set a hit is this guy right here. Like, I wish I would have found that picture on Google before I did that first ghost, because all of the ghosts would have had that little angry face. But y'all can let me know whether this was a hit or miss compared to how I did last year. I really like it. I can see the progress. I did change the eyes of the mummy off camera. I didn't like the red. I wasn't really feeling it, so I just changed it to match the eyes of all of the ghosts. But now we're coming to the end of the video, so if you watched this far, thank you so much. And this is the set that we're going to recreate for next week, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you're notified when I post that one next week. And yeah, I will see you guys in my very next video.